What's up? Welcome back to the show. I'm Living 510. This is FIFA 12. Yes, FIFA 12 has dropped in the United States. So the Americans are lucky enough to have this game. This is so cool. Now, last year I had FIFA 11, but I traded it in for Madden 11, 12, 11. So, as my phone goes off, ignore that. So what ended up happening is that I traded in, and then I really regretted trading in FIFA because FIFA is such. I think people start like, at least for me, this is what happened: is I kind of lost sight on how good FIFA was until you don't have it, because FIFA has basically stayed the same for a couple years now. There haven't been that many big changes. But when I was thinking about it, when I couldn't play it, I was thinking, well, this game is incredibly good. You know, because EA Sports, at least the FIFA side of it, has they have a very good game here as they give up a goal to Mexico, which I'll go into again. I'll go into why I'm going up against Mexico. But yeah, they had a really good game here, and they did not change anything to the gameplay. The commentary is still the best. I mean, when you have something great, you don't want to tinker with it. You don't want to take things out. You want to keep it the same. And they have. And you know what? I think that, there's a reason why this is the best-selling game in the world. I mean, one, because soccer is a world sport, so everyone, outside the United States plays this game. But I think it's also, like I said, because they keep the good things in there, as opposed to Madden, where people have said that they take things out and then they bring it back in like a couple years later. It's like gimmicks. FIFA does obviously have some gimmicks and does add little tweaks here and there. But if you own FIFA, then you own a very good game. And at least for me, it got to the point where I was like, well, this is the same as last year, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And then I regretted it. So I was really looking forward to this game coming out. It came out, like I said, today, Tuesday. So I was like, man, I got to go get this. And plus, the commercials, at least there in the United States, are pretty funny. At least for me. And some people think they're kind of corny and cheesy and everything. I kind of enjoyed it. But that's a whole different story. So, let me tell you what exactly this video is going to be about, okay, before you guys click away from it. There's something I want to get off my chest, okay, and that is that if you guys have been listening for the last about 3 minutes, you guys are now aware that, hey, you know what, this guy on the other side of this screen, he's not European. You're right, I'm not European. Now, I know, now I did look online on YouTube for FIFA videos, and at least for me, it seemed like a lot of the people who did FIFA videos were foreign. Now, I don't know why that is, and I could be wrong. And if you guys know someone who is also American and doing their thing on FIFA, whatever, hey, you know what? Power to you, man. Because I feel like they're like Europeans definitely play FIFA. Obviously, they play FIFA more than Americans, so they're going to have more opportunity to do it. But yes, I'm American. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like FIFA. That doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about soccer. So don't click away thinking, oh wow, this guy doesn't have a British accent or whatever terrible accent there. But you know what I mean. So just give me a chance, okay? Just give me a chance, and at the end of the video, you can click the dislike button if you hate it, or you can click the like button if you like it. Okay, that's all I ask, is just to hear me through. Okay. So this video, I'm going to talk about my first impressions of FIFA, what I think of FIFA 12 compared to last year. The gameplay stayed pretty much the same, except for some little tweaks. Now, as you guys watch this gameplay, you guys will notice that sometimes I try to do a cross and it goes into the seats. Yes. That is a new little thing here. What they did is that they made it so that, at least for me, my game is really based on attacking the wings and then doing a cross into the box for like a header or something like that. That's really how I play the game, usually. And that's how I played last year's game. What ended up happening this year is that they made it they made it so that it's very, yeah, you have to be very good at aiming the cross. Before, you didn't have to be very good at aiming it. This year, you have, like I said, you have to be very good at aiming the cross into the box, or else it'll go wild somewhere into the seats. Also, it's very sensitive, okay, which means that you guys will know this as soon as you play it. You guys will be like, what? I know, but you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as you play it. It's very, very sensitive, which means that if you do it pretty hard, if you press the X button, at least for me, the X button is a cross. If you press the X button really hard, it's not going to be on target. If you do it, you gotta do it a little bit softer. Now, I don't know, because like I said, maybe in this video, maybe I didn't, that I've only played 3 games. This is my second game that I played. This is my second, and the third one I played after I recorded this. But crossing will take some time to get used to, and my play style is not the play style that a lot of other people have, so I can't comment on this. I'll tell you guys that a lot of people do those lobs to their forwards and then watch their forwards try to get the ball. Like for Drogba, that's a good technique. Okay, so I don't know how that has changed, but I would assume that that's pretty much the same. You have to, it's very sensitive again, so just do it a little bit softer and you should be all right. And again, it'll take time to get used to, but if you're a FIFA baller, if you're a FIFA player, you'll be able to figure that out. Other than that, the commentary is different. They have a new guy now. Martin Tyler obviously stayed there. He's like the voice of soccer, you know. So he's still there. But now they got a new guy in there, something Mark Allen or something. I don't know his name. Mark, where'd I get that name from? I don't know. But they have Allen with him as well, and it's good to like switch it up, you know, to add a little bit more flavor or something different. Scottish, British guy, I don't know. So that's good. Now I haven't played enough to hear any of his like signature sayings or anything like that, but I'm sure he has some. I'm sure they're in here. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the online play, because for me, online play is what I play the most. I don't play franchise as much. Now that doesn't mean that I don't play it ever. I do. Or in here it's career mode. Or it used to be career mode last year, so or GM manager, something like that. So I don't play those modes now. But if you guys want me to see what it's like, then I will. Let me know in the comments. We reach halftime. I'm losing to Mexico, which is something I'm going to talk about when I'm playing against Mexico, and I'll talk about that right now. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about the online gameplay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the new aspect of support your team. Now, this is a new thing that they have in this year's game, and basically what it is as soon as you pop your disc into your Xbox or your, well, I know at least for Xbox. I'm just gonna talk about Xbox. That's why I know I don't have a PS3. As soon as you pop your game into your Xbox, it'll tell you about the new season, the new support your team thing. What this is you pick a team. Your favorite team, okay? So let's say your favorite team is Barcelona. And then you choose, okay, Barcelona is my favorite team. All your XP that you gain goes into the Barcelona pot, okay? And then let's say that I'm a Barcelona fan. So all the XP that I get goes into the Barcelona pot, okay? And let's say that my next door neighbor or whatever is a Barcelona fan. All of his XP goes into the Barcelona pot. And then at the end of the week, each season is a week long. They take the average XP earned, and they see who's the first ranked team, who's second, who's third, whatever. Now, they did this in a very, very good way. They did it so that even the smaller teams that don't have a big following don't get swept under the rug, because they do average EXP. They don't do total, okay? So that's a very, very cool thing that they did. As I score here. Yeah, goal. Zamora. So So that's something that they did that was really, really cool. Also, when you choose it, it's like a pride. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I kind of felt prideful a little bit. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna gain XP for my team. My team's gonna be #1, and all that stuff. So that's a cool little thing, especially because there are so many. Like, at least for Arsenal, there's like billions of fans, and for Manchester Madrid or Manchester United, sorry, there are like billion more fans, and Real Madrid and all that. So that's a very, very cool thing. Another thing that's new about the online play is why I am playing Mexico right now. Okay, what they did is that they added this thing called head-to-head season. Now, this isn't the same as the other season where you gain XP and at the end of the week. I mean, I think it's a week long as well, but it's a different thing. It's like a head-to-head season. So what it is, I scored another goal with Duff. I love that logo too. The little ladies sitting back to back. I think they're ladies. So what it is like, for example, last year you could pop into a game, you could go to online, you can go head-to-head, rank, blah, blah, blah. Bam, you're there, right? You find your opponent, you see what team the opponent's choosing, and then you go into this other menu where you can set your formation, you can set your lineup, you can do all that stuff, right? This year, you do all that stuff before you find an opponent. So you go into this FIFA season, and they have like they like put you in a different division or something, and they have like there's this whole new little menu and everything, and new little animation, and it has like your record up there, and it has the leaderboards, and it has all this cool stuff, right? And so, like I said, so for example, in this game when I was picking Fulham, I set up my lineup, I set up my formation, and then I searched for an opponent, and I didn't know. And then it said opponent found. And then it took you to that little screen where you're like this little guy and you're on the field, the preloading screen where you're going up against the goalie. It takes you to that screen. So you don't know what team you're going to go up against, which means that I didn't know that I was going to go up against Mexico. Now, having known if I was going to go up against Mexico, I probably would have just played it. But I think that if I knew that I was going up against Mexico, then maybe I'd pick like the United States, or I'd pick like another international team just so it could be like an international friendly type game instead of Fulham versus Mexico. Also, and I don't know if this is just because I just started and I'm going up against other people who just started, but my first game, I used Real Salt Lake, and I was paired up with someone who was playing with the Chicago Fire. Now, last year when I chose Real Salt Lake, I got paired up with someone who was playing as like Barcelona, or was playing as Chelsea, or was playing as Real Madrid, right? And what would end up happening is that a little lob pass to their forward, whoever it was, probably mostly Chelsea, so it was Drogba last year. What would end up happening is that he would get past my defense, and my defense would be too slow to catch up with him, so it was always a struggle. Now, but this year I got paired up with a team that was my own skill. And like I said, I don't know if that was just because at this point, my little star, see right there, usually that would be, usually it would be an easy cross into the box, but because of the new sensitivity, it was harder. Yeah, you, like I said, I don't know, as I stuttered really bad, I don't know if it was because my half-star rank at this point, or if it was, hey, you know what? We have this team, Real Salt Lake, who's like 3 stars, and we have the Chicago Fire, who's 3 stars. Let's match these 2 people up. If it is like that, that's very, very cool. And that's something that I think is really, really cool that they've added into it. But I'm not sure yet, and I'll have to get back to you guys on that, because me personally, I do use a lot of the MLS teams because, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of a homer or something. That sounds bad, but yeah, it's just something that I like to do. But now another thing that I want to let you guys know and talk to you guys about FIFA is that at least in this game, if you guys rewind it and you guys listen to it, the commentary is incredibly good. Okay? Because in this season, in like the head-to-head season, they talked about the last game that I played where I lost, and they talked about what I had to do in this game to get back on track. Okay? Now, for me, that's pretty deep. Okay? Because, I mean, it's like they have the commentaries talking about the actual season, which makes it more real, if you know what I mean. It makes it so that, you know, oh wow, they're talking about me and everything. So that was a cool little tidbit, I guess, or a little addition. I mean, it's the little things that us gamers like, you know. It's the little recognition from the high-powered voice that we hear when we score a goal, or you know, I mean that's what gets us up in the morning, you know. So that was extremely cool. As we wind down here, another thing that I've noticed is that fouls will be called inside the box, even if you don't slide. I noticed this in my last game where I lost 1-0 off a penalty kick. Now before, if you kind of like nudged the player out of the way, at least in last series, you could like get away with that and it wouldn't be called a penalty. This year, I got called for a penalty and I didn't slide or anything. I just nudged him out of the way. So I think that they've added that to the thing that penalties are called now for that as well as sliding, obviously for sliding. So that's a cool little thing. Also, they still now I don't know. Someone told me that they have the handball option in this, or in last year's where you can like turn it on. Let me give you my opinion on this. I think that having a handball in the game, as I score again, and this time it's with Johnson. I think having the aspect of handball in the game is kind of going to be bad, because then, well, basically what you need to do is you need to have an attribute for that. And they have this in 2K basketball where people have attributes for hands, which means that the like if they can catch the ball well, and if they don't have good hands, then you're going to have them, you know, not catch the ball and it's going to go out of bounds or whatever. Here, you need an attribute for a tendency to use their hands to score, or a tendency to use their hands to stop the ball, or whatever, and that could be very subjective, and I think that could be bad for FIFA as a whole game. So keep handballs out of FIFA. This game is too good to be messing it up now. But hey, look at the score. The American won, baby, 3-1. So hey, you know what? Americans can do something, right? Right? I mean, Donovan and Dempsey, we're okay at soccer. Hey, so in the comments, let me know what you think about this new support your team thing. What team are you going to support? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like the video? Don't like the video? Subscribe? Don't subscribe? Did I do a good job? Did I suck? I'm Life 510. I'm out of here. Deuces.